Man, it's hard to bet against Ortega even after that Holloway fight. But you know what? I think we just remember what we most recently seen, right? Um, as well as Max looked in his last fight, and he looked fun. He looked magical in his last fight. We can't forget that he had an opportunity to do that to Volkanovski twice and didn't do it. Again, I'm a big fan of Brian Ortega. I love his game. I love his jiu-jitsu. You know how I'm just this big jiu-jitsu mark. You know, I'm always on the side of jiu-jitsu. But after Alexander Volkanovski beat Max Holloway twice, and then we seen what Max looked like against someone lesser than Volkanovski, you got to go with the champion.
I'm gonna go with Ortega. I'm gonna go with Ortega for that. I think he'll get a finish. I think if he presses hard enough for it, he'll get it. I think especially if he's aggressive with the grappling, and if he just throws this striking that we've seen him throw, you know, his sharp striking, like landing his elbows that we've seen him throw before, and if he just, I mean, I don't expect him to ever not be calm and collected, because that's just how he is, but I think he's really dangerous, man. I mean, if he can just land his striking and then get aggressive with his grappling, I think he can get it done fairly easy.
That's a bit of a tough one, because you know, I thought personally Max Holloway probably just about had enough to win it the second fight, and Ortega seems like his striking has been like next level, especially in his last fight. But then again, Volkanovski, he seems to always find a way. He's got good striking, he's got good wrestling too. So I reckon he'll be able to dictate the fight still where he wants it. But you know, saying that, Ortega's jiu-jitsu is really good, but I still think the champ will remain the champ in that one.
I'm going with Brian Ortega simply because the champ just keeps talking about Max Holloway. That's all he's thinking about. He keeps talking about Max Holloway. He's talking about Max Holloway. I'm like to me, it reminds me of a Reyes just kept talking about his John Jones fight, and then John gets in, and always gets in there and like carves his body in half. Like, yeah, you gotta deal with your person at hand, not like something could have happened, or should have happened, maybe thought happened but didn't happen. So, I think he has his hands filled with Brian Ortega. And if he goes in there like thinking he's just gonna get like Brian Ortega isn't Max Holloway. I mean, you saw that in his last fight. He's a different type of fighter. So that's gonna be an interesting fight. But I'm going with Brian Ortega now.
I like Ortega a lot. He looked really good. I mean, he always looks good, but I definitely like Ortega a lot. So I'm gonna go with Ortega.
Volkanovski. I think it'll be a decision. I think they'll spin there. Much like kind of like the Holloway fight, kind of a close fight, you know, but most of it's going to be spent on the feet, and I think he'll get it done.
Ooh, that's a good one. I definitely want Brian Ortega to win, just because I think he's like, it sets up that rematch with him and Max Holloway. But also at the same time, Volkanovski, he doesn't get the credit he deserves. He's really good. He's really, really technical. He does like a short burst. He's able to mix it up very, very well, and people are like underestimating him a lot. So to me, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Volkanovski, just because like he's very well rounded, and I don't think he's gonna play that game with Brian Ortega. I think he's gonna come up and be very strategic. He's probably gonna pick one point where he's really good at, and Brian Ortega's not so well at. I think Volkanovski gets it done.
With that original flow, head kicks with the pros, picks of the fights or anything in the mix. Getting closer to the heart of the flame, bringing conversations with heavy hitting names. You feel the love of the game.